see defensive guys hesitate because they've lost sight of the ball? Do you ever see them think and not react because they can't follow along in your offense?
Not at all. We all took as one.
No, the defense.
Oh, on the other side of the ball?
Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes, when we start getting ready to run our offense, which is fast-paced, some people, we try to snap the ball before they're set. So that's, our edge.
Do you ever see the defensive guys they can't find the ball, they're wondering where it is on counters and things?
Yeah, sometimes, on read option, when we're snapping the ball, when they're trying to get set, sometimes they think that I got it when Nick has the ball, or they'll think that, Nick has the ball when I have it. So, that works out in our favor.
Tre, what problems does Alabama's front seven pose to you and the rest of your backfield back there?
They're a great football team. They're sure tacklers. They don't miss too many tackles. We have to make much with our opportunities that are given. Take advantage of them and put up points on the board.
Tre, what do you remember from last year's Iron Bowl?
Not too much execution going on our side of the ball. And, that's what we're going to change this game. We're going to execute our offense. We're not really going to change much. We're going to execute our offense. We feel confident in what we do, so we're going to look.
You're getting ready to play the biggest game of the season. Obviously, the magnitude of this game bigger than any game you've played. How amped up are you and the rest of your team right now?
Oh, we're ready. We're excited, and we're just looking forward to getting to Saturday. Everybody's anxious and ready to play, so we can't wait.
How do you use this year's Iron Bowl as a measuring stick for how far you've come since last year?
We feel like as Coach Malzahn says, we started in the outhouse and now we're heading to the penthouse. So, we're just looking to get better and, looking to execute what we have to do and come out with the win.
Tre, people don't typically think of spread teams or no-huddle teams as being physical, playing a physical style of football, but you guys do. How do you do that within, the scheme, and why has that been a successful formula for your offense?
We're a run-first offense. We're run-based, and I'm pretty sure everyone knows that. But you got to be physical when you're running the ball. We just try to find different ways, spread people out, and if you stack the box, we'll throw it over the top of Ricardo or Sammy Coates. So we try to be balanced, but when we're running the ball and things are working, we're just going to pace people.
Tre, the country knows all about their quarterback, but might not know a lot about your quarterback. Talk about Nick Marshall, what kind of guy he is, both on the field, off the field, in the locker room, where he's come from, spring game.
On the field and off the field, he's a leader. That doesn't change, but, he's funny off the field. He's cool. But, when we get on the field, it's strictly business, and we got to figure out ways to execute our offense, and, that started with him. And we're locked in practice. He's locked in, and he's, getting everybody ready and fired up.
How much has he improved since the beginning of the season until now?
Oh, he's improved greatly. He's getting more accurate, but, also running the ball. He's getting more comfortable, and when he's ready to read it out, he's more comfortable with pulling it or giving it.
How tough of a battle is the weekend going to be when C.J. Mosley's going against Jay Prosh in some of them zone read plays?
We got confidence in Jay. That guy, 260, he's as strong as he is. We're confident in what he can do, and, we're just looking forward to executing the offense. We're not really worried about what they got on their side of the ball or what defense they run. We're going to execute our offense.
Tre, do you ever personally still think about the LSU game, just kind of what could have been if you guys hadn't started so slowly?
Oh, yeah, of course. Of course, that game, we feel like we should have came out with the win, But, that's the way things happen. But we use that as a stepping stone and things to learn off of in that game. So now we knew how to correct the things that we messed up in that game.
Tre, it seems like the zone read has gotten more and more effective over the course of the season. Was there a time when you saw Nick where it kind of clicked for him running that?
Oh, yeah, of course. We got more comfortable, I say after the LSU game, we got more comfortable with each other. And it's not too much more, reading the end anymore. It's just if he feels comfortable, if he feels like he can get outside, he'll take it. We're just, that camaraderie between us two is that strong.
Tre, among the players, a lot of them came back, but one big difference to you and Nick. How much of a difference has he made from where you were a year ago to now?
His level of play, it about us being 10-1 right now. He's dangerous on his feet. He's also got a strong arm, so that's just set us apart from last year to this year.
Have you noticed any difference in coach from previous weeks to this one going to the Iron Bowl?
No, coach still hasn't changed. You know, we're going to continue doing what we do, and that's being locked in, taking it day by day.
Who's your favorite blocking receiver right now? Who's been opening you up there on the edge at times?
All of them. That's what we, focus on in practice, because we have the ability, as Nick and I have the ability to bounce it outside, so all of them get the job done outside.
Trey, what's your mindset on third down? Because some of your stats on third down are fairly unbelievable. You're averaging almost like 7.5 yards a carry on third downs. Is there something that just goes off in your head about those situations?
I just like to keep the drive going. You know, I feel like I can be the game changer, you know, and make that play. I don't like getting in the fourth down, getting in the fourth down. If we do, I'm going to find a way to get the first down. So keeping our drive going, it's my job.
Trey, when people break this game down, they say you're going to have to throw the ball in Alabama to beat them. You've been able to run against people all year long. How confident are you that you can run on these guys?
Well, I'm pretty confident. You know, we've been running all year, and O-line's been blocking great. You know, those guys up front are playing as one, doing their job, identifying who they have to identify, and I just got to continue to keep doing my job.
You made a cake yet?
Excuse me?
Have you made a cake yet?
Oh, no. I bought those guys some candy and stuff like that.
Trey, talk about the confidence that the coaching staff brought in. Even before y'all played the game, they seemed like they were pretty confident in telling you guys you're going to have the biggest turnaround in college football. How much was that important for you guys before you ever played to have that confidence from the coaching staff?
It was really important. You know, as I said, Coach Malzahn came in, one of his first sentences was, we're going to have the biggest turnaround in college football. And most of the guys out of here right now were recruited to play this offense or, a defense like this. So, we were just excited that they were back and ready to roll.
Trey, have you kind of sensed the same vibe from Corey this week that you did with Nick during the Georgia week?
Oh, yeah, of course. He's fired up. He's ready to go. This is a big game for him, emotionally, and I'm looking forward to him having a big game also.
Over the past couple of years, Alabama's had the opportunity to play in some bigger games with bigger magnitude. Do you think that's a disadvantage for you, all that experience?
Not at all. We feel like we're ready. We worked hard for this. So we feel like we earned everything we have now. So, we're just ready, to step on the stage like this and execute what we have to do.
Would you say that, I guess, the naysayers and people questioning when this is going to be an Iron Bowl again, would you say that you can use that as fuel now that your success is that fuel for this game?
Oh yeah, a lot of, all season we've been, pretty much fueled by doubt. We've been fueled by doubt all season. So, a lot of guys are fired up, and, we like being the underdog.
Trey, can you talk about the offensive line's development from game 1 through game 11?
No matter what, in the beginning of the season, we're figuring out ways to try to find a way to identify guys, looking at film. Now it's like those guys don't really care what defense you put in front of them. You go on the goal line defense, they're going to find a way to block you. So those guys are playing together as one, and they're just doing unbelievable things up front.
What do you think's making them so much better this year than last year? Because it's basically the same group except for one.
The season we had last year in itself, made those guys that much better and that much more motivated to get the job done. So I say that was, one of the main reasons, us being 3-9, main reason, for those guys being so motivated.
Trey, you saw Corey when he came in and stuff like that. How long did it take him to really kind of meld it after coming from Alabama and the rival tie?
He's always came in, pretty fired up, ready to go. He felt like, this was the right move for him. So, he's going to be, I know he's really going to be fired up this year now that, our record is the way it is.
Did you see anything in him where he didn't get a lot of playing time last year and kind of had to work his way into the system a little bit? Did you see him struggle at all?
No, he came in, when he first got here, he didn't get much playing time, but, as you can see this year, things are clicking for him. He gets around that edge, it's hard to stop him. He's got elite speed, so I'm ready to see him play against them.
What's his attitude like? Everybody talks about how, he's a better person he is as a football player. What's his attitude like off the field?
He's so humble. Corey's a humble guy. And that, I don't think that was ever going to change. He's just a great guy, and, he's quiet, doesn't really talk much, but with me, he's funny. He's a funny guy.
Seeing their quarterback in the cover of Sports Illustrated, what was the reaction in your locker room amongst the guys?
It just adds more fuel to our fire. Ready to come out, execute, do what we have to do, and get a win.
Ray, do you ever get tired about talking about last season? I know everybody loves the comeback story, but this season on its own, 10-1 pretty good. You ever get tired about last year?
I don't really get tired of it because that's what kept us motivated. You know, I like hearing about it, keep us reminded of, you know, what happened last season. So it's going to keep us fired up.
How much, with the experiencing last year and the way the fans were last year, the difference between last year and this year, how much does that, I guess, excite you and fuel you guys just from the fans alone?
Oh yeah, with those, we feel like we have the best fans in college football. You know, even when we have away games, it feels like a home game because that's how many of them are there. And you know, when they're there, when we score, it sounds like a home game. They're cheering so much.
Trey, what would winning the Iron Bowl mean to the Auburn family?
It means a lot to them. And we said in the beginning of the season that we're coming, and it's showing. And we're just looking forward to getting a win here, and who knows where we'll be after that.
Trey, talk about preparation time is really unusual. 2 weeks for this game, plus no classes this week. Have you guys been able to do a lot done?
Yeah, you know, it gave us a lot of time to rest our mind away from school because we don't have it. But, you know, we're pretty much locked in on Alabama right now. You know, our bodies are rested up and we're good to go.
How would you describe your guys' offense? What are the, do you have any nicknames for it or anything like that? Is it?
No, we don't really have nicknames for it. We just want to be the most dangerous, powerful offense in the country.
Describe it. You know, would you describe what you guys do?
Fast pace, dangerous and versatile. You know, we can run the ball, and if you load the box, we'll throw it up top to Sammy Coates.
Ricardo?
Yeah, Ricardo too.
Talk about Corey coming from Alabama, of course. Is there anything, like, especially leading up to this game, that y'all talk to him or he say anything about what it's like over there in that locker room?
We haven't really, you know, said much to him. We just can tell, you know, he's been doing extra this week and, you know, in the weight room and, you know, just been pretty locked in and quiet this week. But I can tell that he's fired up.
Dad coming Saturday, what's that gonna be like?
Yeah, he'll be here. I'm excited. You know, it's his first game coming all year because he's been busy with his job. But you know, I'm excited to see him, and you know, I'm just gonna put on the show for him.